This video has been brought to you by NordVPN, a safe and fast way to browse privately online. With NordVPN, you can connect up to 6 devices at once under a single account with direct access to their 4,300 servers worldwide. NordVPN has been my go-to VPN for my privacy, and it certainly should be yours. Check the link down below and sign up using code TOASTYBROS to save up to 77% off your next purchase.
Unless you have been living under a rock the past few months, you know what Fortnite is and how popular it has become. I recently made a video about how you can buy and sell PCs to make a profit by using Fortnite as a marketing tool, and a lot of you seem to enjoy that and told me that you have done this yourself, which was very interesting to hear. And in that video, I referenced a pre-built PC that I bought with an i7-2600 and 4GB of RAM off eBay for only $125, and it got me thinking as it arrived and I unboxed it on my live Morning Energy live stream. If you aren't already, go follow me on Twitch over at twitch.tv/ToastyBros. We do a lot of really interesting stuff over there, and we've had some really fun moments, so be sure to go follow over there. But I really wanted to know, could you have a gaming PC that was designed just for Fortnite that could run off only 4GB of RAM? And how would it perform compared to 8GB? Well, how about we show you? Now yes, the system I have here is an older used system because it has an i7-2600 in it, but that is for a very good reason. There are so many websites where you can get pre-built systems like this at very similar prices with only 4GB of RAM in it as compared to the normal recommended 8GB for most gaming PCs. That makes this PC a really good test subject, being that it is a very real-world scenario of what most likely will happen if you do go out and buy a used PC like this and want to debate whether or not you should upgrade the 4GB to 8GB, which you should definitely consider, but this does not pertain to people who are building brand new systems. It's not worth it. Now, I tested Fortnite at 1080p with mixed medium/low settings, and I used an R7 260X as the graphics card of choice. A card, might I add, that is actually very easy to find right now at a good price on eBay, under $50, around $50 to $40. So what were the results? Well, I was honestly very surprised. The system with 4GB of RAM raked in an average of 80 FPS with 1% lows at 54 and 0.1% lows at 14. There was indeed some stuttering, but the usage of the RAM never exceeded the 4GB on board according to MSI Afterburner. Keep in mind that all I had open was the Fortnite client. In a more real-world scenario, somebody would have a voice chat open like Discord and probably Chrome with a couple of tabs and some music playing. At this rate, this system would most definitely not be able to keep up because we were close to exceeding 2 to 3GB with just Fortnite on its own. Now let's swap in the 8GB of RAM and our PC performance increases, but not as crazy as you may think, with an average FPS of about 86 FPS, 1% lows at 61, and 0.1% lows at 36. This was a smoother experience overall, which you kind of expected. The amount of stutter was close to none compared to the 4GB of RAM in the previous system, and having 8GB does give you more options to do stuff like have Discord in the background, or have music playing in the background, or just have other things open and not be limited to losing performance if you just so happen to have stuff open in the background. Now the big takeaway from this is the fact that 4GB of RAM is actually playable in Fortnite. You don't need the 8GB that's actually recommended in minimum specs on Fortnite's website. Most standards out there say you need 8GB of RAM, and I would definitely recommend 8GB still for people who have more of a social life and want to play with their friends, but for those who just want a system that can play Fortnite, you can get 4GB of RAM and it will work. However, a happy medium for those that are looking to upgrade that pre-built system but just don't want to spend the amount of money to get 8GB of RAM is just buy another 2GB stick and make it 6GB of RAM. In most cases, these pre-built systems come with two 2GB sticks already. Add another one and you have yourself 6GB of RAM, which will make a big difference in performance for being able to do other things compared to 4GB. And you could use that money savings to upgrade the storage option to probably a cheap SSD, and then you can upgrade the RAM later on as long as there's 4 RAM slots on the motherboard. Now again, before I end this video, I want to reiterate that I in no way recommend 4GB of RAM for a brand new system, but for those who are hopping onto the pre-built system bandwagon to play Fortnite on the PC, or those who want to decide whether or not they could sell a PC with just 4GB of RAM in it to somebody to play Fortnite, you can actually survive on 4GB of RAM and get good results. You just have to keep your expectations in check, and if you are selling this to somebody, make sure they know that there is an option to upgrade and that they will be limited in certain tasks and day-to-day things like using, well, Google Chrome Chrome for that matter. And that about wraps this video up here, guys. If you like this video, leave a like down below and comment RAM in the comment section down below if you made it this far. How much RAM are you rocking in your all's PCs, and how much RAM do you actually recommend somebody use if they're getting into PC gaming? Do you consider 8 gigabytes to be the minimum, or are you some of the people who believe that 16 is starting to become the norm? Let me know in the comment section down below. Be sure you are also subscribed and following us on Twitter if you want to know when new videos are released, and I hope to see you all in the next video, guys. Peace out.